All right, so I've tweaked my little cowbell sound a bit, and before I move on from the drums, there's one more thing that I'd like to do. I like what the Dribble note effect is giving me rhythmically with this cowbell sound. I think it's pretty cool. The main issue, though, is that it's just a little bit too inconsistent in terms of the rhythm, and since the drums are all pretty much quantized, it might be nice to make this feel a little bit more on the grid, just a little bit, all right? And I can do that pretty easily by using yet another note effect called Quantize. So before I bring that in, let's just hear what this sounds like in its current state. So I may not even want to quantize it that much, but I just think that it would be helpful. And even if I was to enable the note value in Dribble here, it's not going to ensure that every subsequent dribble is going to be actually quantized or closer to a specific note value. So we'll put quantize after Dribble. So the notes coming out of Dribble will then be snapped to the nearest note value. I guess it would be more accurate to say that the notes will be held until the next note value that we select. So here's quantize. Here is the interval. Now I definitely don't want quarter notes because that's going to be much too big of a gap between events. 16th notes could be helpful, but that might not be enough. I don't know. Let's just see. Let's try 16th notes first. Now before I play this, let's just make it clear. So I've chosen the note value here. Forgiveness, if I increase this knob, this will allow me to let certain notes pass through that won't be quantized. So I can still keep some human element there, but I don't really want that. That's not really why I'm bringing this in. I might end up using this, but let's just see what happens if we take the output of Dribble and just snap these notes to 16th notes. So let's turn Quantize off just so we're really clear what it's doing. Turn it back on. So just a really simple addition, but extremely helpful. Now, again, like I said, if I want, I can increase the forgiveness a bit, and then we can let some of these notes that aren't quite on the grid pass through, which can be kind of cool just to add some variety. So let's see what happens. We'll just add a little bit of forgiveness here. Okay, cool. So again, super simple device, but that doesn't make it any less effective. So at this point now with the drums, I'm using Randomize to randomize parameters that are being controlled by our expressions. We're also utilizing Dribble here to get some nice rhythmic variation with the cowbell, and then using Quantize to just make sure that rhythmic variation isn't too sloppy. Altogether, I like what's going on, and this is all making our one-bar drum loop sound a lot more interesting than just a one-bar loop.